and levels.
All right, let me bring in Manny Gomez on the Fox Business Wire. Manny Gomez is a former special agent with the FBI and the former sergeant with the New York Police Department. Manny, thanks very much for weighing in here. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Maria.
What's your take first on the online component of this, the idea that ISIS has been so effective in terms of recruiting people? Of course, we are still waiting to see if there is a connection to international terrorism. At this point, officials are calling this domestic terrorism. Give us your observations, Manny.
Well, obviously, it's clear that ISIS has been extremely successful at recruiting and using social media, Twitter, the internet, etc., to launch these attacks. It's still left out to be determined if indeed this is a case where this young man was radicalized by ISIS or some other organization and launched this attack at their behest. We don't know if he was radicalized, but it seems to me that this young man targeted U.S. military personnel specifically. He used certain words, certain trigger keywords like jihad that usually indicate that something happened recently, and he is doing this because of his religious beliefs.
Yeah. What do you think the most important line of questioning or line of interrogation would be next in terms of law enforcement? Tell us where you think this investigation goes now.
Well, they're totally dissecting this person's life, who he knows, who his family members are, if he traveled abroad, his emails, his social media accounts, his cell phones, the text messages, calls, etc. They want to know everything about this person, who he has been dealing with, what he has been reading, what he has been saying to neighbors, friends, colleagues, to try to get a full picture if this person, number one, has been working by himself, has been receiving any training or resources from any outside source, whether it's ISIS overseas or perhaps some cell that could still be operating here, which would have to be obviously taken down. So they're doing a full background check as to who this person is to be able to fully know if he was working alone or if in fact he did perhaps travel abroad, was trained by somebody, or received information from somebody. From what I could glean, I think this young man was simply radicalized and did this horrible act, thinking that he was being a part of this greater good. And we're seeing this phenomenon throughout the country and actually throughout the world, right? You're seeing young people following what ISIS is putting on in mass media, and it's a phenomenon that young people are basically losing their lives, losing their freedom,
right,
and taking other people's lives in most horrific ways for this terrible cause.
Manny, here's Jolene Kent.
Manny, his father, according to the New York Times, has been investigated in the past. He was on a terror watch list and then was removed from it. How much does information like that impact the investigation, and what does the FBI do with that type of nugget?
Well, it depends on why he was on the watch list and the people that the father may have been dealing with now are going to be looked at in the case of the son. In other words, if the father had dealings with nefarious individuals overseas or here domestically, they're going to be looking at those individuals as well to see if they had any participation in this plot and this attack.
Right. All right, Manny, thanks very much for weighing in this morning. We appreciate it. Manny Gomez on the telephone with us as we get more developments. Of course, we're bringing them to you.